Hello everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Muhammad Faris bin Mansur from DPHU 2B, and with me, my partner is Amin Shamindra bin Muzaffar Zaran.
Hello, my name is Amin Shamindra bin Muzaffar Daran. I'm from DPSU 2A.
And we are going to speaking to you all today about racism. To begin, let me explain to all of you about meaning of racism. Did all of you know about the racism? Okay, let me explain to you about racism. Racism is known as prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism direct against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. Other than that, racism also describes as belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish them as inferior or superior to one another. Hence, it also a belief that race is the primary determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. Racism is well known, and it is happening around us and everywhere, not only in Malaysia, but also other countries as well in the world. Why should this kind of issue happen in our country? In the midst of COVID-19, there have been few reports of anti-Asian racism issue in Australia, India, United States, and United Kingdom. This is because anti-Asian are blaming Asian, specifically of Chinese people, to this coronavirus outbreak. The world is currently experiencing a coronavirus outbreak, and countries around the world are working to break the chain of this epidemic. COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. That is, CO stands for corona, V is for virus, and D for diseases. Formerly, these diseases was referred to as 2019 novel coronavirus or 2019 nCoV. Increases in racist rhetoric have coincided with increases in racist attacks. Since February, Asians and people of Asian descent around the world have been subject to attacks and beatings, violence, bullying, threats, racist abuse, and discrimination that appear linked to the pandemic. As a Malaysian, we need to realize that we are not defined by the color of our skin, race, religion, or culture, but by our individuality. The choice that we make always defines us. Racism in Malaysia has been rising over years, and we need to stop before it's coming to poverty. Racism, that discrimination towards each other. People always discriminate based on gender, races, religion, and even age. It can happen in school, workplace, restaurant, or anywhere. In reality, discrimination hard to avoid. That is shown, and as an example, in an article in Newsreach Time in 2018 revealed that a Malay woman faced discrimination of language barrier at workplace since most of the co-workers only speaking in Mandarin. Besides that, some cases also occur when a new employee is being treated differently just because he or she is junior at work. Hence, we can see that discrimination can lead to fight or any violence. The second problem in our country is racial bias in hiring jobs. We can see there are a lot of job advertisement or houses for rent that stated Chinese only or Malay only in their advertisement. So, if we think, does race matter when applying for a job? It might matter because most employers will look for Mandarin proficiency, and it also matters more than English language that will increase your chance of getting a job.
So now I would like to tell you the effect of racism if we do not stand against it and let it thrive, especially in our beloved country. Number 1. Racism is a matter because it will lead to aggression, fighting and rioting. Riots are disruptive, dangerous and scary. It also can lead to serious social reforms. The destructive of riots will have a social effect, such as increasing residents' feelings of vulnerability, fear of violence, and avoiding places where riots happen. The most obvious thing if you do racism is limiting one's race's ability to participate in certain activities. A. By not allowing black people or Asian people to take part in ruling the country or sports event. Race has nothing to do with our skin color. So number 3, as time flies, we can see that children are growing up with certain perceptions of different cultures and races. A. Children tend to be a bully person by discriminate and spread hate to children who have different race or skin color. No matter how, you are the one who can play a role to prevent or stop spreading racism and negativity to others. Number 1, a simple thing you can do is you need to aware what is discrimination all about and have a better understanding about racism itself. Number 2, Morgan Freeman has been interviewed by CNN News in 2014 quotes that, "How are we going to get rid of racism? Stop talking about it," he says. He said the right thing because if you stop talking about racism, then you have nothing to fight about, nothing to be mad over something or even argue about all of stuff. Hence, a solution is you need to stop talking about something that sounds racist. You need to join any NGO to organize a campaign to stop racism, especially in social media. The campaign is all about giving messages about racism wrong through public awareness or through public service announcements or doing a social experiment about this issue. So the conclusion is, we are all born into this world without prejudices in our heart. Judging others for their race and not their character is something so immature. Try to look within yourself and realize that your heart is biologically no different than the other person who is sitting next to you. Someday, there will be a doctor of a different race or religion that you may save your life or your family member's life. So now you think, would you still want to let racism thrive in our country? It is time to stop allowing all this negativity and stop blaming an entire race people for the mistakes that one individual person made.
Lastly, in this session, to all my Muslim members, I want to wish all of you Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri, Maaf Zahir dan Batin, and I hope you guys can stay safe, stay strong at home to face all this allegation while our country is facing the COVID-19 diseases.
Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri, maaf zahir dan batin. Remember, stay safe, stay at home.